They've implemented a three-tiered care system that caters to the varying needs of their employees. The first tier focuses on prevention and early intervention, offering things like mental health awareness campaigns and workshops on stress management. The second tier provides access to remote counseling and support groups through telemedicine platforms. And finally, the third tier is reserved for those who need more intensive care, connecting them with specialists and inpatient facilities if necessary.
Okay, so that's pretty comprehensive. But what I think really sets Vail apart is their Minds for Minds program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, Minds for Minds is a fantastic example of a company going above and beyond to prioritize the well-being of their employees. They've created this culture of awareness and support by offering mental health self-assessments, providing resources for seeking help, and even intervening directly in critical situations.
So it sounds like they're not just waiting for problems to arise. They're actually trying to, prevent them in the first place, which is a huge shift in how we typically think about mental health in the workplace.
It really is. And what's even more impressive is that they've managed to achieve all of this while operating in a high-risk industry with a geographically dispersed workforce. They've proven that it's possible to prioritize mental health, even in the most challenging of
It's
circumstances.
pretty amazing.
Mm.
And their success is a testament to the fact that, investing in mental health isn't just the right thing to do for employees,
Yeah.
but it's also good for business. Happier and healthier employees are more engaged, more productive, and less likely to burn out or leave the company. It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. And as more and more companies realize this, we're starting to see a real shift in the corporate landscape. Organizations like the World Economic Forum are taking notice and launching initiatives aimed at understanding and improving workplace mental health practices.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that World Economic Forum's new initiative. It seems like they're aiming to encourage companies to implement the World Health Organization's guidelines on mental health at work. Can you tell me what are those guidelines all about?
The WHO guidelines provide a comprehensive framework for creating a mentally healthy workplace. They cover everything from promoting mental well-being to supporting employees with mental health conditions. One specific guideline that I find particularly interesting is the recommendation to provide training for managers on how to identify and respond to mental health concerns in their teams.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. I definitely had managers in the past who, bless their hearts, had no clue how to handle sensitive conversations about mental health. It often felt like they were just reading from a script.
Right. Unfortunately, that's a common experience.
Yeah.
But with the right training, managers can become invaluable resources for their employees, providing support, guidance, and even just a listening ear.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not just about training managers. Um, there are a whole host of resources that companies can provide to support their employees' mental well-being. This World Economic Forum report highlights some interesting examples, like employee assistance programs, flexible work arrangements, even access to mindfulness apps and online therapy platforms.
Those are all fantastic resources. And what I find particularly encouraging is that many of these solutions are becoming increasingly accessible and affordable. Technology in particular is playing a huge role in democratizing access to mental health care.
That's a good point. I remember a time when therapy was seen as something only for the wealthy or for those with severe mental illness. But now, with the rise of telemedicine and these online platforms, it's becoming much more mainstream and
Yeah.
accessible to the average person.
Exactly. And that's a trend I hope to see continue. Because ultimately, the goal is to create a world where everyone has the support they need to thrive, both mentally and physically.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
a worthy goal. But let's be honest, there are still plenty of companies out there that aren't quite there yet. They might be aware of the issue of mental health in the workplace, but haven't really taken any concrete steps to address it. What would you say to those